What are some of the most important skills you need to be a successful Amazon seller? So what is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Larry, aka Watch Me Amazon, and I wanted to make this quick little video discussing all the major skills that you absolutely must have in order to ensure maximum success in the Amazon FBA business. So knowing these skills, getting super clear on them, and then working on improving areas where you may be lacking is going to be a major help to those that are just starting out in the business or to those of you that are looking to take your game to another level. Also, knowing where you stand in relation to these skills will go a very long way in determining if this business is even right for you to begin with. So I want to give you guys a little bit of context first. So I've been selling on Amazon for about 6 years now. Those of you who know me well or who have been following my journey for a while, you guys know that I pretty much eat, sleep, and shit this business. I love what I do. I am passionate about it. And one of the better skills I think I possess is the hunger to always want to learn more from other people in the business. So that being said, two of my closest friends are in the Amazon business, both of them doing pretty well. One of them does private label, the other one does wholesale. So obviously I watch them and I kind of see what they do differently than I do and just learn and try to absorb as much as I can. But also about 2 years ago, when I started posting stuff on social media, I literally kind of dove headfirst into the online communities of Amazon sellers. I started posting on Instagram, where there is a very large and active community of resellers. I probably joined about a dozen different Amazon related Facebook groups, which, by the way, are one of the very best places to learn and to ask questions, and it was just, really helpful even for me. I even started my own Facebook group, which is more focused on the wholesale part of the business, and I'm sure I'll post the link to that below if anyone wants to join the wholesale group. But my point is, over these last 2 years, I had the opportunity to study and observe some really big sellers, successful sellers that are, bigger than me, some of them, and kind of just see what everyone is doing differently and then try to implement those strategies into my own business. And one of the more interesting things that I began to notice was all the sellers I looked up to, or anyone really who was running an Amazon business successfully, had like a shared set of skills. And when I sat down and tried to write them down, it was almost like it was a blueprint. It was like, if you want to sell on Amazon and make a lot of money, these are the major things that you need to be good at or get good at in order to ensure that you have a fighting chance, a good chance of making it in this business. So me being the awesome guy that I am, I wanted to share this video with you and hopefully give you a clear understanding of exactly what you need to be good at to run an Amazon business successfully. So number one, and by the way, these are not like, they're not in order or anything, but the first skill that you need to be really good at is you need to be good with numbers. You need to be good with numbers, both in the data sense, and you need to be good with numbers in terms of money. And if you guys have been following me, I've said this time and time again, that building a successful business on Amazon is just like building a real business. And in the real world, to build a successful business and to be successful in business, you need to be good with money. It's, pretty rare that you see someone who is terrible at managing money be able to successfully run, let alone scale and build a big business. And in my business, especially in wholesale, and I'm assuming it's the same in private label, but managing your money, your budget, how you spend is a super, super important thing. So for example, in the wholesale business, it's all about taking my money, my investment, and every single month reinvesting that money into new merchandise and then turning that money over. So not only do I need to be good with the data and make sure that I'm making the right decisions on the product side, I also need to make sure that I'm budgeting and, not overspending my monthly spend. I need to make sure that I have exactly enough left over to pay our bills, our employees, our, credit cards, supplies, inventory, all of that. It's literally almost like I'm a portfolio manager, but instead of managing a portfolio of stocks, I'm kind of managing a portfolio of brand name products on Amazon. And every single day, I'm day trading those products. I'm making the call on what to buy, what to sell, what to reorder, what not to reorder. So obviously you have to be good with numbers for that. And, also being good with money, it means that you have to have a certain level of responsibility. You need to be responsible. And if you're looking to build a big business with moving parts, employees, stuff like that, again, it is super duper important. And, not only money, you also have to be good with the data side of numbers too, not just the money. And what I mean by that is the very best sellers in the business use all these different tools and all this different data that is available from Amazon to really have an advantage over the competition and other sellers. It's more than just calling suppliers and like going through, product lists. The best sellers know exactly how to utilize software and scraping tools, how to pull data from Amazon and assess sales, assess ranks, competition, price history. If you're really advanced, you can do like a deep dive into a product's history, forecast how much inventory you need to buy, seasonal trends, avoiding stockouts, things like that. So being good with numbers, being good with money, and just learning how to leverage all the different Amazon tools available to you out there is the first skill that you need to be good at, excel at, or focus on improving. The second skill that is really going to make a huge impact on how well you do in the business, especially if you're trying to do wholesale, guys, is you need to be an expert negotiator. So that's number two. And the fact is that some people are just naturally better at negotiating, just naturally better at this than others. There are definitely some personality traits that go into being a good negotiator. Like, you have to be a people person and influence people and build relationships with people over time. But the good news is, if you're not a super expert negotiator right now, I think that is something that you can, practice on and get better on and improve on over time. And, as it pertains to wholesale or really any type of Amazon business, because you have to negotiate pricing and private label too, right? But the really good sellers out there almost always do better because they have a supply side advantage. They're buying products cheaper than you are. Did you guys ever look up a product on Amazon and see that you're barely breaking even on it, but someone else is selling the hell out of that product? How are they doing that? Do you really think that they're just selling it to lose money? Of course not. They're buying it cheaper than you are because they were able to work out a better deal. They were able to negotiate better. So even if you're not like this, super savvy software-based seller, even if you're not the best with numbers, you can still do very well and kill it on Amazon if you have good established relationship with your suppliers and the social skills to be able to negotiate and maintain those relationships over time. So that's two. The third skill that you need to be good at is I guess we'll call it operations. And what that means is you need to be good at actually running your business and all the moving parts that come along with it. So in the beginning, when you're just starting out, the business is kind of easy and simple enough, but as you build and your sales grow, it can easily get overwhelming. And it's a good problem to have, and you can cross that bridge when you get there, but eventually scaling means, managing staff, hiring workers, managing your inventory, possibly managing your own, office or warehouse, managing your actual Amazon account, customers, managing feedback, managing shipments, managing orders from vendors. After a while, it becomes a lot to manage. Managing new product research, taxes, etc. It can definitely be a lot to handle when your business grows to that level. You have to be ready for it, and you have to be really good at it. And one of the things that top sellers do is utilize different softwares to make all of these things a lot easier. You can hire staff or VAs to do a lot of the simple stuff, but even in that example, if you hire VAs, if you hire packers, labelers, whatever, you need to be able to manage them. You need to be able to just manage the whole operation. And on top of that, if you can put into place the proper systems and processes to help make all of those things a breeze, then you will definitely have an easier time and a competitive edge over other sellers on Amazon. So the fourth skill that you need to really make it in this business is unfortunately one that not everyone has, and it's not one that I think everyone can easily learn. And the skill that I'm talking about is plain old-fashioned hustle. So, one thing that a lot of people overlook or fail to speak on when they're speaking about starting a Amazon FBA business is just how much work is actually involved. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't really believe all the gurus who make it sound, super simple and present Amazon as like this super easy opportunity that anyone can do in just 2 hours a week from a beach, while you travel the world. If you want to believe that, more power to you. But myself, I like to be, super honest with my audience, with you guys. And the truth is, there is a lot of work involved. It's not rocket science. It's not hard. It's, super simple. But the truth is, to build a big business, and I'm talking about to build a real 6 or 7 figure business, you are going to have to work. But honestly, I don't know of many 6 or 7 or 8 figure businesses that you can build that don't require that much work. You know what I mean? And the reason that I bring up hard work is not everyone can do it. Not everyone wants to do it. Not everyone wants to work hard and spend days and nights and hours, building a business brick by brick. And if you don't want to, that's okay. There are other things that you can do. But I just want to be realistic with you guys and say, if your plan is to make a 6 or a 7 figure income on Amazon, you have to be ready to put in that work, and you can't, just be some like super lazy dude or dudette out there. And as cliche as it might sound, hard work is really the one variable that will separate those who make, real money from those of you who just do all right. So if I haven't lost you yet, and you're thinking, all right, fuck it, I have, no problem working hard and putting in long hours to build a business for myself, $1 million business, then the last skill you really need to focus on is resilience. So what do I mean by that? Amazon, e-commerce, and for the most part, a lot of businesses in general, but Amazon and e-commerce specifically is a business where you have to deal with constant problems. There are constant headaches coming at you from customers and people returning stuff and people saying stuff is fake when it isn't. There are constant headaches with, inventory. You're buying inventory, you're sending it to Amazon. It was $30 when you sent it. Someone's killing the price. It's $20 now. Amazon always is changing rules and new regulations and new restrictions, and competition is increasing and all these different things. You just have one headache after another headache after another headache, and you have to be resilient. You have to be the type of person who is able to deal with that kind of stuff. I'll give you an example. In the beginning, one of my Amazon accounts years ago got suspended. I lost, a ton of money, a ton of time, a ton of inventory. I had to be able to take that hit, not give up, and rebuild. We were probably doing $1 or $2 million in gross sales a year, and that kind of wiped us out. And if I would have quit then, I never would have got to the level where I am today in this business. Another example, we had a natural disaster many years ago, Hurricane Sandy, wiped out my entire office. All of our inventory was trashed, had to literally pick up the pieces and scrub every bottle and rebuild everything, bit by bit by bit, brick by brick. Resilience is definitely something that you need in this business when you're doing wholesale and you're contacting 100 different vendors and only getting lucky with maybe one of them. You need to be able to be resilient and handle rejection and all that kind of stuff that comes with it. And the last skill that someone needs, or the last personality trait that someone needs to really, ensure a higher level of success in this business. And, I thought it's one that goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. The last skill you need is you need to have a head on your shoulders. You need to be somewhat smart to build a real business on Amazon. You need to have your shit together. You need to be sharp. You need to be on point. I don't want to offend anyone out there, but everyone knows this. There are obviously a lot of idiots out there. There are a lot of stupid people. If you don't have a good head on your shoulders, it's possible to do Amazon. But if you're smart, entrepreneurial minded, got a good head on your shoulders, then that probably more than anything tremendously increases the odds that you are going to do very, very well on Amazon. So just to go over the major skills that you need to have, the first one that I mentioned was you need to be good with money and data. The second skill was you need to be an expert negotiator to get those prices down, to be able to make good deals. Number 3 was you need to What the heck was number 3? Number 3 was you need to be able to run a business. You need to be operations minded and run all the moving parts that come with running and building a big Amazon business. Number 4 was you need to be resilient. You need to be able to take a hit on the chin. And number 5 was you have to have a good head on your shoulders. So that's pretty much it. Do kind of a self-assessment. If you think that you can be good in all of these categories, if you think that you're good with money and numbers, you're good with running a business and operation and managing shipments and staff and inventory if you have to, if you're a people person and can negotiate and can build relationships and can pitch people and close the deal and kind of do all that kind of stuff, if you're resilient, if you're hardworking, and if you have a good head on your shoulders, if you think you can do all of those things well, there should be nothing holding you back from getting into this business, a business that I think is one of the best businesses in the world. So yeah, do that self-assessment. If you've ever wondered if Amazon is for you, and then you go through all these skills and you say, I got that, check. Good with money, check. Hardworking, check. Resilient, check. Can build relationships, check. If you're checking off all those boxes, then this is definitely the business for you. If it's not, There are plenty of other things that you can do out there, but that's going to be it from me, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope, someone out there got even a little bit out of this video and it helped you in some way. I would be super happy and excited and pumped for that. So leave me a comment in the video below. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Give me questions, comments, whatever. I try to engage and answer with everyone. And that is it. Share it, like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. I super appreciate it. And until the next time, guys, peace.